It's like directing and acting at the same time. You know something about that. You know, trying to do big things.
Yeah.
All right, man. Welcome back to this episode of Talk Smack with Mac. I got my big dog Gary on the episode, man. Hey, man, I appreciate you stopping by. It's my very first nighttime pod, man. I'm up with the night fellas and shit like that, trying to do nighttime shit here in these Vegas streets.
When you're hustling, you know, sometimes you just got to get it in when you fit it in.
Man, I know that's right. Shit, you know, things never go according to plan, so you got to be able to bend as you will. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Well, tell the people a little bit about yourself. You know, I met you on set. You gave me an opportunity to be on your film Condemned. That's pretty dope. We could share some stuff about that if you allow us to. But one thing I noticed about you is ever since then I had you on Instagram, you just fucking work, bro.
Yeah.
So go ahead, tell a little about what you do.
I stay hustling. I do a little bit of everything. My primary is just acting and modeling. That's what I'm very passionate about, and that's what I really want to do. But I'm also studying my advanced EMT right now. So I just got my basic in April, and then I'm doing this until about February. Then once I have my advanced EMT, the plan is to join fire.
Nice.
Be a firefighter. That's what I'm gonna do in my spare time when I'm not modeling and acting.
Nice. Do you have like a passion for that, or are you just like helping people? Or
Yeah. I feel like my purpose in life is to help people, and I've always like wondered like what avenue I'm gonna actually explore to do that. So when I studied my undergrad,
I got you. You can go.
yeah, when I studied my undergrad,
No, you keep talking. I got you.
I'm gonna let you fix the mic first though.
Yeah.
Just so it's not like this is a poignant moment in my speech.
Oh no.
Yeah, when I studied my undergrad, I did it in health sciences, and then I had a minor in nutrition. But my intent was to join the military and then do my medical career from there. Mm-hmm. So when I did my master's, I actually did it in organized crime, terrorism, and security. But as I was traveling, I did it in the UK.
Oh, that's pretty badass.
So when I was over there, I learned a lot. I learned from a different perspective than the American perspective. Mm-hmm. The way they teach out there is far more in depth, and it's very. They don't sugarcoat shit. They don't sugarcoat history. They tell you what it is and how it is. But it just opened my eyes to the fact that that's not a system that I want to propagate. So I was just like, I'm not going to do that. So I continued playing overseas, and then when I came home, I was like, what am I going to do? What's my next move? I fell into modeling and acting, but I was like,
How did you fall into it?
Basically, I was voting for the 2020 election, and they were doing like voter suppression in Vegas. So we only had 2 polling locations open, and it took me 5 hours to vote. Yeah. So needless to say, needless to say, I got to know everyone that I was in line with, and one of the girls was a singer. So she hit me up like 3 months later. She's like, "Oh, are you still in America? Like, you want to be in my music video?" I was like, "Sure, I'm here. Like, let's do it." And when I was on set, I ended up meeting one of my good friends now, Manuel, and he was an aspiring actor also. And we just hit the ground running, just hustling, creating our own content, just going to auditions, doing this, doing that, and yeah, that's what brought us here today.
Nice.
My passion has always been to help people. And doing fire is something I've always been interested in since I was a little kid. Like every little kid wants to be a fireman or
you're a fucking hero. Yeah.
So, and it kind of combines my interest with medicine. So that's the avenue I'm exploring right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that go into being a firefighter outside of fighting fires.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't really know as a person who was kind of ignorant when it comes to what a firefighter did. I thought they just fucking kicked down doors and put some fires out, man. Yeah. And then one of my really good friends, Mike, I met him in the military, and he was a firefighter before he joined. And he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm fucking certified, EMT certified, and a lot of the calls are just checking in on old folks that done fell down and shit like that. And we're playing a lot of Call of Duty and at the station and just making sure everything's clean and." I was like, damn, right? It sounds like
Where's
a good
firefighter
time. At? Somewhere in Florida. I believe it was West Palm.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, no, this shit was pretty badass. Shout out to Mike, man. He went from being a firefighter to a deep sea diver, and now he's in school to get his doctor's degree.
Okay.
To do some
Mike
gangster
just
shit.
be hustling, doing
Mike
it all.
is a gangster living life, bro. But yeah, no, I got a lot of respect for firefighters. That's something that I also have thought about pursuing. Because one, I like helping people. I feel like after I got out of the military, there's like a void that I can't fill when it comes to helping people.
What branch were you in?
In the Army.
Okay.
Yeah. And
you joined young or?
I was 19.
Yeah. That's how they stay grabbing people.
Man, snatched me up. They knew I wasn't doing shit but getting in trouble, so they're like, "Come fuck some shit up for us." And then ended up getting to be a deep sea diver and shit, man.
So you're PADI certified and all that?
Yeah.
We gotta go scuba diving sometime.
Let's go, bro. That's why I'm running this shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got scuba certified in Thailand, actually.
That's dope. I've been to Thailand one time, bro. I went to Pattaya, Thailand. We were getting deployed to Vietnam. We were just passing through. When I say it was a pretty fun day and night in Thailand.
So when you say when you say deep sea diving, I'm thinking like Men of Honor type shit.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Same school, everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, that was just. So I went to school with the Navy Cats.
Yeah. Well, that's funny because like when people think of the Army, they don't think of water.
Yeah, never. No. But Army has more boats than the Navy. Army got a lot of boats. Yeah. Not too many divers though. Like 150, 170 divers or so. But good shit, bro. Yeah, we got to go scuba diving for sure. When's the last time you've been diving?
It's been a minute, so I definitely need to go.
It's hard living in Vegas. It's like fun, bro. Where the fuck we gonna go dive at?
I'm going to Hawaii next month, so I'm gonna try and dive while I'm out there.
Yes, what island?
Oahu.
That's where I was stationed at, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I got some boys
so
out
he
there.
knows. Like, you better link me with the boys.
This is where I did a whole bunch of my diving at. Like,
Which kind?
Shit, it was scuba. I've been hard hat diving, bro. I did.
That's not what I was asking.
I was trying to beat around the bush a little bit. But when you going to Hawaii? You said?
In August.
In August. How long you out there for?
Just 5 days.
5 days.
I don't even think it's gonna be long enough though. I'm already thinking about extending my trip, but I have my EMT class, so
yeah,
I gotta be back for that.
Damn, priorities are a bitch. 5 days, you can still do a lot of shit though, bro.
But it's Hawaii. I love that place.
Yeah.
I feel drawn and I feel like it's home.
For real, man. Growing up in Vegas, I never thought I'd ever call anywhere else home. Being just a Vegas kid.
Yeah.
Then I went to Hawaii, bro, and I was like, holy shit. It's
they call
so
it
loving.
They call
here.
Vegas the ninth island. So
I had that connection. It was in my blood the whole time, you know? But no, Hawaii's dope, bro. 5 days, you can spend like 1 day on each part of the island. Are you going out there to party and fuck off, or you like actually want to go hiking?
No, I go hiking and all that shit. Spend time in nature. That's why I love Hawaii. And I'm play some beach volley.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that a little bit, man. You said that you were pro.
Yeah, I played overseas. So
that's fire.
After I graduated my undergrad, I actually ended up playing semi-pro when I was in college. So I didn't play for university. I went to college and did a bunch of other shit. But a lot of my teammates who played semi-pro with me, they had played overseas professionally, and they're like, if this league doesn't take off by the time you graduate, just go overseas and play. So I was like, bet. All right. So after I graduated, I played in Slovenia, I played in Iceland, I played in UK, and then I did 2 years in Germany.
That's awesome, man. You living a badass life.
Yeah, I've been blessed to fucking do what I want when I want.
Respect to that. That's like the ultimate dream in life.
Yes.
To be able to have that, that flexibility and I guess the financial security to be able to do what you want when you want. It's a very, very strong blessing to have, especially these fucking days.
Definitely.
Inflation's going up,
man. Inflation.
God damn.
People losing their jobs paying shit. I'm like,
man.
Bruh. I can't say this right now. I'm going to say something else.
About to say,
pay our EMTs more. That's all I'm going to say. Pay our frontline workers way much more. Pay our teachers more.
Especially the teachers, bro. Out here in Clark County, we're all dumb.
Bruh.
We're fucking struggling.
49th in the nation in education.
Hey, we're moving on up, though. When I was in college, I did a report. We were 50th. So we're moving in the right direction.
That's the wrong direction.
What? 50th in the nation.
Means we're last.
Yeah. And now we're 49th? We moved up a little spot.
I had 49 up from a while ago. So
I'm talking like 2016.
Yeah. I'm older than you.
God damn it. Yeah, we are getting fucking dumber. Yeah, no, pay our fucking teachers more. I think it's a problem. How the fuck are teachers struggling to go to work and teach our kids? It's like, damn, we gotta be like have some dumbass kids if our teachers aren't even happy or like back to the financially secure that we were mentioning before. It's like, bro, all the money that's coming through Vegas and we can't kick these motherfuckers a little bit of cash. I don't mind paying a little bit of tax.
Building stadiums. Nah, fuck that. It's quit fucking giving
stadiums
tax
and arenas and
stadiums
shit. God,
and arenas. Yeah.
Damn.
Every nigga trying to build something in Vegas, like, oh, let's give them some money. Like, no, nigga, they got money. Let them pay for it themselves.
Straight up.
Because trickle down economics do not work, and we could argue that all fucking day. Please,
because it never trickles down.
It doesn't. It doesn't, and that's what we're relying upon when we give those tax breaks to people. That these corporations will build these jobs. These jobs will create income for the everyday person, but they're low-paying, low-skilled jobs. Not to say that these jobs don't matter, because there are people who do fill that void. But at the end of the day, we're not boosting our economy. People in our demographic, we're not boosting that shit up. We're just making the fat cats richer, and I'm not about that.
Yeah, I'm not about that either. Is that what brought you into like starting to make your own movies and shit?
Probably subconsciously, but like for me, I'm a hustler. Hustler. Like
I've noticed.
Even when I was playing overseas, like I had an agent, but I was always looking for my own teams outside of my agent and whatnot, because you never know how hard someone's working for you. Like you might just be another number on this person's roster, so I'm not gonna rely upon this person to get me fed. I'm gonna feed myself.
Straight up.
So with acting and modeling, it's the same type of thing. You're relying upon an agent or a manager to give you jobs, and I'm not about that life. I'm not gonna sit here and wait for someone to do something for me. I'm gonna do it myself. So that's how I started producing. And it's just good practice. So I'm learning about all different facets of the industry that I wouldn't see as an actor. I would see it, but I wouldn't be a part of it. So when you're on the other side of the camera, you're learning all these different things that go into creating what you're trying to portray, and it helps you better portray that. And I know, like, I need to fill this frame and act in this certain manner within this certain interaction with the environment, blah blah blah, because of this and that. Like
understanding blocking from different perspectives. And
it just
like
gives
that,
you a deeper understanding of what you're doing. For me, I feel like, and I'm getting pretty good at it. So starting to get budgets for things that I'm doing, and then one of my friends, she was like, "We need to scale this. Like, I'm gonna help you create a business plan, and we're gonna take it to the next level." So that's where I'm at right now. So 2024, you're about to see your boy out there, Big House Productions, on the big silver screen.
Yeah, that's hard, bro. That like it takes a lot of balls.
It does
to put yourself out there, because you really got to go for it, man, and to muster up the courage and get all those pieces moving in the right direction and moving as a team is.
It definitely does take a lot of courage. Sometimes I find myself doubting myself, like, is this something that I can do? Like,
I'm sure we all do that to some type of degree. Anybody that's striving to do something that's unorthodox, you're gonna always have those doubts. I don't give a fuck how confident you are as a person. I use fighting as a metaphor. You got MMA guys, champions. Come on, or even Mike Tyson, perfect example. What did he say? When I walk into the ring, I'm scared as fuck. I feel like I'm gonna shit on myself. I want to run back to the locker room, get on the train, and just get the fuck out of there. But once I get in that ring, I'm a fucking god.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, you're gonna have those doubts, especially when you're like, all right, I started this in 2020. I got into modeling and acting in 2020. That's only been 3 years. Fuck it, let's start making my own movies. I see what you guys are doing. I can do that shit too. It takes a lot of big ass balls to fucking say, let's do this shit. So when did you start? Is Condemned your first movie?
No. I guess Condemned's my actual first commissioned project. So something that someone was like, gave me a budget, like, go produce this, blah blah blah. But I've shot since I started. So 2020 she hit me up in 21. So I did that music video probably at the beginning of 21. And then after that, it was probably like another month or two before we started actually working. So it's been almost 2 years actually. But I actually, the first project I produced was with my boy Manuel, and we were just doing our demo reel. So a demo reel is basically like a highlight reel for like sports or some shit, but it's for
actors, yeah.
Yeah, so basically all agents and casting directors and or like people who put on projects want you to have a demo reel so they can look at you and see like, oh, this is what this person looks like on camera, this is how they act, blah blah blah. Are they good or they're not? Do they have the look I want or not? Anyway, so we were putting together that, and on that, whew, it was trial and error. Trial and error.
Were you just picking out random scripts, or
how were you doing it? We basically, because we're hustlers, we're go-getters, we're like, man, we can do this. We can do everything. We can do it all by ourselves. So we sat down together and we wrote out a script. And from that script, we started shooting. But we didn't know what the fuck we were doing. We had no clue what we were doing. So the first time we shot, it took us a long minute, a hot minute. And people don't think it's cold in Vegas, but it'd be cold. So we were on top of this rooftop. My ex-girlfriend, we were on top of her rooftop shooting because she had like this nice little veranda that like looked over the strip and whatnot. And we were playing like gangsters, mob bosses type shit. Just bullshit, like stupid. Yeah, so our framing wasn't right. We our sound was trash. Our lighting was trash. So we were like, damn, we got to redo this. In the code, did it again, messed this up, messed that up, did this wrong, did that wrong. So it was just trial and error. We ended up with a final product, but it's all right. It's good for a first attempt.
Yeah.
But no, we just got better from there.
What'd you edit it with?
We actually had good editing software, so it wasn't bad. I'm not gonna mention it because we ain't, getting funding for it. But everyone uses it. It's a good product.
I can dig it. You can tell me offline. Put me on game.
There's no free branding over here, in my opinion.
No, I love it. I stopped wearing other people's shit. Yeah. I was like, man, I'm only wearing my homie shit.
Yeah, I was gonna wear one of my boys' hoodies, but it was too damn hot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
But shout out to Faded Elephant, my boy Kylan. He makes some good shit. Check it out.
Yeah, fuck these big market corporations and shit like that. We're repping our boys today, baby. Yeah, man. So, all right. So, moved on to Condemn. When did you start working on that and start filming it?
When did we film it?
That was June. Bro, this summer's went by so fast. I believe it was like early June, maybe June 10th or some shit.
So my boy, I don't know if I told you or not, but Condemned is basically a pilot for a movie. So we're shooting it in order to garner funding to shoot the full feature. And my boy came to me probably a month and a half before we put picture up. He's like, I have this investor. He wants to invest in this movie, blah, 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 blah. He's like, let's shoot it. I was like, well, what's the budget? I was like, that's going to get us a trailer. So I was like, we can shoot the trailer, and then we can see what kind of fish we could catch. So basically, that's what we're doing with Condemn. And it's looking good. The shots that we have so far, we haven't edited it because my boy, Angelo, my DP, he's like, let's compile all of the footage before we start editing. So I was like, all right. But what I saw in camera, it's really good.
Yeah. So that's exciting, man. It was a fun night. Got to go out there and just, shoot the shit a little bit. One thing that I noticed about everybody there is that it was very comfortable. I've been on a set or two where I'm just like, I'm fucking uncomfortable, man. One time I thought I had to fucking get my gun or some shit. I'm like, God damn, this is like a random ass beat up ass Airbnb. It's fucking all dark and shit. Feel like I'm getting set up right now.
Yeah. I've definitely been in one of those situations too, so I know exactly what you're talking about. But with my projects, I'm always trying to make sure it's a comfortable, fun atmosphere because our industry, it's very it can be very malicious. It can be very manipulative, and it can be what's the word I'm looking for? it can just take advantage of you. It can swallow you whole. We're working with big ass corporations. So if you don't stand your ground and if you don't stand up for yourself, like they'll just swallow you whole. You're just another number to them.
Mm-hmm.
So the way I produce and the way I approach the situation is more like a family friendly environment. As you saw, like my family was on set, but I just want everyone to be comfortable. I want everyone to feel valued, and I want to respect people's time, because filmmaking does take a lot of time, and if you don't feel like you are getting your needs met, it can make you feel some type of way. And when people are feeling some type of way on set, it brings down the whole set.
Morale's a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And it could be zapped out of everybody very quickly.
Yeah.
It just takes one piece of shit, man. That's the beauty of filmmaking, though, is that 99% of the time you have to have a collective that's all in at the same time for a perfect shot.
Yeah.
That may take 50 times to get. You never know. So it's like, we all have to be in this shit together. Let's get it the fuck done. Let's make it look at the best.
Yeah.
And get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
So it's, you gotta have that good morale, man. You got cheeseburgers and shit on set, so you can't get mad with some free food on set and shit. But yeah, man, what do you have coming next? I know there's rumblings going around in Vegas. Vegas is becoming like this super fucking city for everything. You know, we have all the sports teams coming here, football, basketball, etc. But then you also have the voting and shit like that to make it more appealing for big market studios to come to Las Vegas. What do you foresee with, let's say hypothetically everything goes how we're expecting it, and these big studios are coming to Vegas? How are you going to use that to benefit yourself and or compete directly or indirectly with them?
So we've seen it over time. Like, Vegas is a gem in the desert. People go here for sanctuary. And for a long time, a lot of people didn't want certain things to come to Vegas, i.e. sports. It took us forever to break that barrier of like, oh, how is this going to affect our sports betting and the money that we make if we have a place where this is legal, where it is their prominent driving force of income? Like, are we going to affect games, or will it be okay? For a long time, studios didn't want to come to Vegas, kind of for the same type of reasons that Vegas is like this gem in the desert, and they don't necessarily want to like lose their stranglehold within the Hollywood market. Within Nevada, we have different laws that we abide by. We have different taxes that we abide by. So take, for instance, union and non-union work. Nevada is a right-to-work state. So if you are part of the union, they can't tell you that you can't work non-union projects. Because in Nevada, if you got work, you work. But we're seeing a lot of big studios hop on this bandwagon where they're like, Nevada's the next wave. We saw it happen to New Mexico during the pandemic. We saw Atlanta boom even bigger during the pandemic because those were two places that didn't close down due to COVID. So studios wanted to produce content, and the rules were less stringent there. So they went there where they could easily produce their content. Nevada has everything that you need in order to produce. We got mountains, we got valleys, we got cities, we got desert, we got dunes. Plus, if you build a studio here, then you could have everything that you need within an hour radius, all different types of location without traffic. So how can I compete with these big studios that are coming? Right now, we need the viewers to back independent production companies, because right now we see a strike going on with the writers. The actors have joined. Now we're seeing people who work in production actually joining too. So hopefully this permeates throughout the whole industry and people actually strike to get better rights and better working conditions for themselves, which ultimately helps produce better content.
Yeah, because it goes back to morale and motherfuckers being happy.
Yeah.
If you got the dickhead on top making all the money, and then you're trying to zap people on the bottle for everything that they got, it's gonna be hard for.
We see what the
for
dickheads
people to
on
be
top are
happy.
doing. We're seeing all these fucking remixes of the same shit. No one wants to see the remixes of the same shit. X, Y, and Z. Why is there fucking 10 Fast and Furious movies? Like, bro, get some original fucking content. Talk to people on the ground. Reach into the independent production industry, because we produce fucking some great content. If you ever been to a film festival like Sundance or Cannes, a lot of these big blockbuster movies start there. So they'll be seen. Producers will be like, I like that. I want to either take it and put it out there because it's already a great product, or they will put money into it to make it even better. So the content is there. But
just like everything else, we see the big man in charge fucking fattening his pockets even more, and we're just trying to scrape the cash up. That's why, I was just in New York, man, a couple weeks ago, and one thing that I noticed was a lot of mom and pop shops, something that we don't really have out here. And I fucking loved it. I was so willing to go spend my money there because I want to help you live your dream, and I'm still gonna eat my fucking pizza regardless. Yeah. So I'd rather help you than help Domino's.
Yeah.
And out here in Vegas, it's like we don't have that anymore, man. So at least with you're saying like the indie scene on the film side, let's go support these guys, man. That's why I like how Tubi's doing. Tubi has all of these people that's trying to do something. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some good ones. It's gonna be a lot of bad ones. But
make sure you sift through that content before
you're getting
the
opportunity though, and that's what we all want. That's all. What we all need is just a fucking opportunity to showcase what we could bring to the table.
With streaming is a double-edged sword because it has allowed a lot of people to get content out there, but at the same time,
they're not getting the compensation how they should.
So streaming is it's the wild, wild west, and there wasn't legislation or contracts in place that were protecting people. So I think we'll see good things come out of this current strike. I don't think the people are going to give up. I think they're going to fight strong because we saw what happened with COVID and how reliant upon people were of streaming, of consuming and watching content, and that drive and that need to consume and watch content hasn't gone away. So as all this new content dries up, people are going to be like, oh, I want to watch. So these companies are already hemorrhaging money. So once their content dries up, it's just going to be even more effective upon them.
And the fucked up thing is that they want to see who's going to dry up faster. The people that don't really have too much savings, that are more reliant on that paycheck to paycheck, that are more reliant on my 9 to 5, or them motherfuckers that are losing tens and tens of millions of dollars, virtually overnight.
What I would say is to the people is like check out the SAG-AFTRA website and the WGA website because they actually have resources in which you can help people who are part of these unions survive through these times. So like it takes the people, it's power in the people. These corporations don't mean shit without us because we give them the money to be who they are. So once more people understand that, we can get shit done.
Yeah. It's hard though. It's hard because and most people, they're unaware of the situation going on.
Are they unaware, or are they just choosing
not to pay attention?
Yeah,
I feel that
and
too.
In this day and age, there's too much fucking information out there. There's too many different avenues: Instagram, TikTok, fucking Snapchat,
Google, YouTube,
everything. The information is out there. You're just being willfully ignorant, and that's not something I really support or condone because at that same time, if you're willfully being ignorant, you're choosing to propagate the system.
Okay, so let's take it to the average consumer of film, entertainment, TV shows, whatever you want to call it.
Hold on. Is that a Kingdom Hearts key?
That's a Keyblade, dog. Yeah. I get my training in 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? Saturdays, I get over to the park and get my swings in. Just in case some heartless want to come over and try to take over Vegas. That shit ain't happening in my city. You feel me?
I feel you.
Yeah, but if you're an average consumer of TV, man, you're streaming all the time. You're on fucking Tubi and Netflix and all those 75 fucking streaming devices or services. How can we or they aid in the strike and help the writers and the background actors and everybody that needs the average consumer's help. Not them big motherfuckers that make $27 million a year.
The first thing that pops in my mind would be to say is like, don't consume the content. So look for independent production content, consume that content. Anything that comes from a big studio, don't consume it. Like you were saying, there's other independent.
If this was the time to illegally stream some shit, people, this the time to fucking do it.
We are no ways supporting illegal activity on this podcast, but we were saying,
yeah.
in a hypothetical
Thank you for the
situation, if
disclosure.
you didn't have a way to watch something, there are other avenues in which you can watch something.
Yeah, man. It's definitely a sticky situation with everybody involved, man. Because when was the last day that everything went on hold? It was like May something. May.
No, it started. There were so many different deadlines. It got pushed. This, it got that. They got that. But the writers went on strike towards like the middle of July-ish, I think it was, and then the actors went on strike. Or I think the writers went on strike the beginning of July. Actors went on strike middle of July, something like that.
Something happened in May that I'm thinking of.
There was the whole big blowout because they were supposed to reach a decision and they decided to do what studios do, which is push shit. Fuck the AMPTP Association Alliance. I think it's Alliance of Motion Picture and TV Producers or some shit like that.
So let's jump over back to you, man. Back to you modeling and shit. You're like 7 feet tall, fucking skyscraper around, looking down on everybody and shit. You have the my ignorant modeling brain. If I've never been modeling, don't know shit, typical guy. You're a model. You're a fucking tall guy. You know. How hard is or easy has it been for you to get going in modeling in these last few years?
Contrary to popular belief, models aren't that tall.
Shout out to the short motherfuckers.
Yeah, your short ass could be a model.
Yeah.
For
I got a little model experience, you know, believe it or not, walking them runways and shit.
It literally depends on what type of modeling you're doing. So, like, for runway, like, I'm perfect height. I'm tall.
Yeah.
I'm lanky. I'm fit. But in terms of just, like, lifestyle modeling or modeling for, like, clothing companies, and et cetera, I don't fit the sample sizes. I'm too big. So I'm too tall. My feet, I wear a size 14. Like,
damn.
Yeah. They want someone who's like 5'8", wears a size medium, size 10 shoe. Like, it's just not my sizing.
Yeah, they're looking for me.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sign me, baby. Come and get me.
Yeah.
They're gonna find me from Talk Smack with Mac, man.
Yeah, Talk Smack with Mac.
Yeah.
So my modeling career, it has been a grind. I haven't done that too many paid modeling jobs. I've done way more acting than I have modeling. Yeah. I do. What am I saying? My mind is blanking for a second. In terms of modeling, I do have a company that I do model with on a not daily basis, but I'm basically they're the face of the company. It's called Malcolm Alexander. It's a suit company based out of Los Angeles. I love the people there. Daisy, Alex, amazing people. They produce great suits. So if you look at my Instagram, you'll see like this, just a bunch of different suits that I have from them. Fitted. Go check it out.
Yeah, that's pretty gangster, man. How'd you fall into that? Did you?
I met them here in Vegas doing like independent fashion shows type things. It was just very serendipitous how we ended up linking together, and they really liked me, liked my vibe. So they're like, "Yeah, you have the perfect look. You're tall.
See if I can do it.
You are a man, and we want you to lead the face of this company." So I was like, "Say less."
Is that like, in my opinion, coming from somebody that's kind of trying to do exactly what you're doing. That's gotta fucking make you feel good.
Definitely, them suits make me feel good because they look amazing.
Looking fly as fuck. Looking like you can go beat some ass and look good while doing it, like fucking Jackie Chan in a tuxedo and shit.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. So one thing I want to segue over to, man, is you posted a badass fucking just kung fu. I'm about to fuck you up, little short fucking recording, whatever, reel if you want to call it, on Instagram. That shit was badass. Where did you film that at, and how did or when did you get into like on stage combat or martial arts? I know you just came from training.
Yeah. I started training martial arts when I started doing acting and modeling because I knew something that I always wanted to do was action.
Direct correlation.
Action films and whatnot. So I was like, I'm gonna be ready for my moment when it comes to do like some badass like action movie type stuff. So I train over at a place called K-Star. Philip is my sensei. He's dope. I like him a lot. He teaches me Sanda, which is Chinese kickboxing, and Wushu, which is just like a Chinese form of martial arts. In terms of the reel that you're talking about, me and my homie Kevin and Chris, we were bored one day and we're like,
Kevin,
we got
that's
time.
The director?
No, Kevin
is the dude you're fighting?
Yeah, Kevin's the dude I was fighting. Chris is the cameraman, the DP. And we were just bored one day and we're like, we got time. Let's go create. Let's go make some content. So we literally met up in downtown Las Vegas in like some alleyway, sketchy. And we were like, we just broke out the choreo, like boom, boom, boom. Just did some moves, kind of just flowed. It happened really organically. And then we shot it and then we released that reel. Basically, we just shot it in the intent to just put content out and like add more to our fight reels.
Yeah. So how often are you doing that? Are you adding to your reels?
As often as possible, constantly updating.
Because they're all different sides of versatility of an actor.
So for me as an actor, I want to be able to be versed in multiple facets of things because the more useful you are, the more things you can do.
Opportunities you got. Yeah.
So I don't want someone to come to me and be like, "Can you do this?" I'm like, "Oh, sorry, no, I can't do that." So I train acting with my acting coach. Her name's Kim Flowers. She's amazing. Then I also have a dialect coach. So her name's Julie, and we just work on my presentation. Right now, we're just working on presentation. So making sure that I speak loudly, I speak clearly, I speak in a fashion that people can understand me. Because sometimes I have the tendency to mumble. I hope I'm not mumbling right now.
No, you're doing all right. You're doing all right. It's we get into a comfort state.
Yeah.
You know, where we get comfortable and we forget that motherfuckers got to hear us. You know, they have to understand what we're saying. Like, there's nothing more frustrating than listening to a song for me and not knowing what the fuck they're saying.
Can I get some subtitles, please?
Yeah, for real. I understand some mumble rap sometimes. Not really my thing.
Not mine either.
For the Atlanta guys, I get it. It sounds good. It's catchy. But for me, I want to hear what the fuck you're saying. You know, enunciate that shit. If you want to rap fast, like some Busta Rhymes shit, I get it. Go for that. I'm going to try my best. But if you're purposely... your wordplay, if you will, is just to fucking slur some shit together. It's annoying as fuck. So going back to acting, it's like we got to understand that everybody's listening. And if you're having a real good in-depth scene where you're really engaged and actively listening and responding and shit like that, you're going to get comfortable and slur some motherfucking words sometimes. It's hard.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into that shit, bro. Chin up, chin down, you know, everything.
Not looking down the barrel of the camera.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
No,
it's
man.
it's definitely an art form, knowing where the camera is at all times. Just
how you could play to
it. Knowing how to play to it and knowing where it is in your peripheral without even really looking at it. For me, people ask me like, "Oh, like how do you find the camera? This, that, and the other." And it's kind of like something I just feel. Like I don't have to look at the camera to know where it is. I feel its presence at all times, whether I'm moving or interacting through a scene. If it's a scene where we're doing a walk and talk, like I know how it's moving around me, whether it's doing like a half pan or it's tracking or whatnot. Like I don't know.
No, I'm assuming this is something that you guys are going to discuss before Like, do your little walkthrough how the frame,
you'll
the
go
blocking
through
is going to
blocking.
be.
Sometimes you'll have more blocking than not. Sometimes they'll just tell you to go from point A to point B, and then they're going to do what they want to do with the camera. You just need to go from point A to point B in that line. Don't deviate to C. Don't deviate to D. Just go point A to point B. We will work the camera around you.
Yeah. Now,
So
how do you feel you have grown that ability to know the sense where the camera is going to be and how to play to it? How do you feel like you have grown from when you first started to now?
exponentially. For me, my background's in sports, so the hustle is ingrained into you. If you want to be great at sports, you gotta hustle. You gotta work. Mm-hmm. So I apply the same mentality to acting and modeling. Like I'm constantly practicing. As you see, like I'm shooting my own content to put out content for people to see, or for me to just get better at what I do. Mm-hmm. I do a lot of photo shoots. Although like I'm not getting a lot of paid modeling work, I'm still practicing that
Building
craft.
that portfolio too.
Yeah, building that portfolio and practicing. I try and shoot at least once a week. Get in front of the camera, because it is awkward being in front of the camera. Mm-hmm. Because for photos, for acting, it's a little bit
goofy.
It's a little bit more comfortable because you're being captured in a still.
Yeah,
and you want that still to embody what the photographer or what the client wants to capture, and it's just like trying to manipulate yourself to present whatever they want. And then my biggest challenge with modeling is figuring out what the fuck to do with my hands, because I like to talk with my hands a lot, but like when your hands will fill a frame, like it will make your hands will look big as hell, like as I put my hands towards the camera, like they're gonna look big as hell opposed to if I keep them here. So like if I put my hands out in space a little bit, they're gonna look too big. So you have to figure out the right depth for that, and or is it right to have your hands out? Your hands need to be in your pocket. Do you need to shift this? Do you need to shift that? Is it gonna leave a line in your pocket? Is the editor gonna have to edit out that line to where it doesn't look like you have like a big bulge in your pocket type shit? Like the hands, that's the hardest part of modeling for me.
Especially when you got big ass hands. Yeah. That is a
modeling is simple though. You stand there, look pretty, and if you have a good photographer, they'll help you out. I find
make you look like a fucking star. Depending on how good of a photographer you have, man. I've worked with one dude, and his name is Henry, bro, and he's just gangster with the camera.
Shit, I got some headshots, holler at me, bro.
Hey, I'll plug you, bro. Henry took some pictures of me. I was like, stop, bro. That's me. I was like, God damn, someone needs to come lock me up, because what the fuck is that? Oh man. So building your portfolio and modeling, you say you try to shoot at least once a week. Is that your own personal camera with your homies, or
no? With my homies. I have my boy Angelo. He's been busy as hell grinding.
Yeah,
but if you look at my Instagram, like pretty much all that content is me and Angelo just going out and just hustling. Mm-hmm. He's phenomenal. I love him. He takes some of the best pictures of me I've seen ever.
How long y'all been homies for?
Shit, I don't know how long. Angelo, how long we known each other? I don't know. I don't know. Probably almost a year now. I really don't know. I can't even recall how we met. It was just. Oh, I think we met on Facebook. Actually, like
Who Wants to Work?
Yeah, Who Wants to Work type shit. Mm-hmm. And then we shot a fucking like cowboy type shoot. Oh, those pictures are raw. You gotta throw these pictures up for the people when you do your edit. We did this cowboy type shoot, and then we just clicked very well. So we just started working together, and we just work. We haven't gotten any work in like since we shot Condemned, because we both been busy as hell. I just was in LA all month doing a pirate film. He's doing all his shit. He does a lot of videography and photography for different companies and shit.
Yeah, just like freelance work going around. So he goes between.
He's also so. What is Angelo's day job? Is it a librarian? Is it, let's say, a politician? Is it a car salesman, or is it a butcher?
Oh Man, I feel like they're all too easy besides Butcher, so I'm gonna go with the Butcher, man.
Yes, this nigga's a butcher. So
Yes.
he runs a butcher. He's like a manager of Smith's Butchery. And if you go to Smith's, like if you go to like some of their actual, I don't know, I'm plugging Smith's right now, but if you go to like some of their actual butchers, they have some fucking good steaks. He tells me about it. He brings me some sometimes. But yeah. So when he's not at his day job, fucking slanging meat, he is a
just filming.
photographer, videographer.
Yeah, nonstop.
He hustles. He hustles.
That's one thing that I've noticed is that people behind the camera are scarce out here.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody I know needs a cameraman, somebody that's willing to work, trying to get some shit done. So the few little, and then of course there's some shitty guys out there, but then there's some gangster motherfucking ones out there too that are constantly working, nonstop. It's like respect, man, to the people behind the camera. You know, whether
It takes a
that's
lot of work, a lot of
shooting
time.
or fucking directing, because you got to edit that shit. And like you said, it takes a lot of time, bro. A lot of time, man. So what do you got going now going forward? You know, I know it's a very, very interesting time in Hollywood right now with the strike, like we mentioned before. But what's your goal? Are you just going to keep on doing the indie scene until...
So what I have moving forward right now, I don't have any any projects because of the strike lined up. In terms of independent productions, the movie I shot with the Mahal brothers. They're independent producers out here in Vegas. We actually went to LA and produced the movie out there.
Nice.
But they want to bring me on. Like I took a small little role and just blew that bitch up. Like I was like, all right, my character. There's no small parts. There's only small actors, and if you have that mindset, you could do a lot. So I took inspiration. Have you seen The Little Mermaid?
The newer one?
Yeah.
Most of it, yeah.
Most of it or all of it?
My fucking daughter fell asleep in the theaters, bro. So
you should have stayed there and watched that shit. What you mean?
She wasn't feeling good.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's a good daddy.
I was so disappointed, bro.
bro.
Because I was in there singing songs. This shit.
Yeah. So you won't know the scene I'm talking about, but Ursula turns into a human for like 5 minutes of the movie. The girl who played Ursula when she turned into a human fucking slayed it. Like slayed it. Like she was in the movie for 5 minutes. Everyone knows who the fuck she is because she just killed it. So I was like, I'm gonna approach this role with the same type of mentality.
Respect,
I'm gonna just go out there and do my best, and I'm gonna fucking make an impression. Ended up doing so well. They like expanded my role, gave me a lot more shit to do, and basically like one of my action sequences that in the movie, they're gonna cut it into the trailer. I'm like it's gonna be the trailer for the movie. I'm like, shit, hustling.
Yeah,
But they want to bring me. They want to bring me back to shoot their next film. They're shooting out here in Vegas. So
that's dope, man. So how do you feel? You know, I'm sure I already have the answer to this question, but I'm gonna ask anyways. How do you feel about taking very small parts in films and, like you said, hopefully just crush and hope for the best? Or are you more so looking for, I guess you want a fucking good little chunk of screen time?
who the fuck don't want a leading role, nigga? What are you talking about?
I understand that, but
All right,
are you
answer your
turning
question,
down more shit?
No. For me, every role is an opportunity to learn. So I don't do background acting because it's, in my opinion, a waste of time. A lot of people do it in order to understand how the industry works and just see like a big prominent set, which I'm not mad about that. And you can actually make a living being a background actor. So if that's the lane you want to be in, like definitely do it. But for me, it's a waste of my time. The only time I do it is when they're paying like a premium rate. Because then I'm like, it's worth my time.
Let me do these numbers real quick.
Calculations. All right, mathing. The math is mathing.
Yep.
But I'm not opposed to taking like a smaller role because you're just in and out. Like it might be a 1 day shoot. I gotta go to a set. I'm gonna make my little day rate and I'm gonna dip out. So I just take it as a opportunity to learn. Obviously, I want leading parts or like strong supporting characters, but it doesn't always happen like that way. So you don't want to limit yourself, and you don't want to come across as someone who's not easy to work with. You had another question though I wanted to answer. What is the future looking like for me? We'll answer that one. Just continue to produce my own content. So, like I said, I will have my pitch deck done by the end of August. I will have funding secured. I'm looking for probably like $1 million investment to start my production company. So that goes into getting all my gear that I need, camera equipment, etc., editing equipment, blah, blah, blah. And then budgets to shoot. The way I see it, 2 independent features and then a series. So that's where that $1 million will go to.
In terms of like the writing, do you do that as well, or do you?
No. So, great question. Shout out to my boy Mike Collier.
Hey, Mike, what up, man?
My boy Josh Fisher. I have 2 writers. They're both brothers. One of the things I want to do, so I don't know if you might have asked me this earlier, but I don't know if we went on a tangent or whatever, or I
Probably
gave you.
so.
Yeah.
I asked many questions.
What I want to do within the industry is basically tell Black stories. I want to uplift and enlighten people about prominent Black individuals throughout society, and or just make up like science fiction and see Black people in a positive light.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my huge inspirations is like Chadwick Boseman. So if you look at Chadwick Boseman's career, he portrayed a lot of prominent Black figures throughout history in his acting career. And I found a lot of inspiration in that because you don't see Black people being portrayed in a positive light in film. It's starting to change, but when I was growing up, it wasn't like that. People, you were either gangster or thug or this, that, and the other. So like, I make conscious choices when I am choosing the type of things that I will do. I won't do anything that will perpetuate negative Black tropes. So I don't play the gangster. If I do play the gangster, he has to be like a fucking businessman about his shit, doing this, doing that.
You gotta be Nino Brown.
You know,
you're gonna be the gangster. You're gonna be the motherfucking gangster.
Yeah.
Nothing motherfuckers selling dime bags on the side of the street.
No.
None of that shit.
Yeah, I just want to uplift the Black community and just tell our stories. You know, bring more of our
positive
culture.
awareness.
Yeah,
to strong African American male and female people.
Yeah.
You know, just out here
representation
living life
matters,
just like everybody else.
Representation matters. I ain't even gonna get on the topic of fucking affirmative action. We're gonna skate past that, but
on the next episode of Talk Smack with Mac, affirmative action is coming out. We're just talking affirmative action for the next hour and a half, people.
Representation matters. It plays a long way into the psyche of people, and we see. I ain't even gonna get on. Should we get on this topic?
But go ahead.
The psyche of people and how the U.S. government is constantly brainwashing us to think some type of way or act some type of way. So we got to fight back against the programming. It's something I want to do.
Be a little aware. You know, it just takes a little bit of common sense of people to get their head out of their ass and fucking just pay attention a little bit. And it's very easy to see. You know, I had a very unique upbringing, so I was able to witness things from a different perspective than the normal little broke white boy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very fortunate of that. But people just need to be a little bit of have a little bit of awareness and just look around. Go to your toy store. You know, look how, like you said, in 1995, 2000, how many Black Barbie dolls were there?
Bruh.
You know, you got to just start paying attention to the little things, bro.
I haven't seen that new Barbie movie, but were there any Black people in it?
I haven't seen that shit. My daughter asked me to take it, but I'll take her to go see it.
It's supposed to be a good movie.
I heard
it's directed by a female, and they talk about a lot of different issues that women have to deal with in society every day. So it's not like your typical Barbie movie. It's like, hey, look at me, I'm pretty. It's like they're actually talking about some real shit.
Yeah, man. Maybe that's one of them ones I'll wait for, you know, after the strike, and, you know, I'll go stream that shit. Yeah, man. Gary, man, respect. I appreciate you getting on the pod, bro. Like, watching you just since June. I've got a small little background job Instagram of just you working, and it's very inspiring. We sit back and people talk about I want this, I want that, I want to be an actor, I want to be a model, but they don't put in the fucking work. One thing that I noticed about you is that you're gonna work. And yeah, man, I'm just sitting back like shit. Let me pick your brain. Let me ask you some questions, man.
Anytime you want to talk or you want to do some work, just let me know, because
I'm always
like
down
I
to
said,
work.
every day I'm hustling. I'm doing something. I just started this little new exploit. Basically producing content for Facebook. So like I texted you about it. I was like, I'm gonna need some actors, and if you got some little fresh ideas you want to just throw out there. They're looking for short form content and long form. So like 90-second reels and or like a short over 3 minutes. Short little drama over 3 minutes.
Nice. Yeah, no, we could definitely make some shit happen. And shit, I got homies, man, that are pretty fucking talented. We could like really make some shit.
This bitch out there.
Yeah. But also, man, before we get off, like if you ever want to train too, I like to throw these motherfucking hands, man. So like if you want to ever hit the pads or just do some type of training. I train down at F45 if you want to come pull up down there.
Where's that at?
I go to the one in the Arts District.
Okay.
So like Commerce and Charleston.
That's not too far from me.
Where you stay?
Nigga, I ain't about to put my shit out in the streets like that. Where you stay?
Where it is? Northtown. Northtown. Shit, that's how you gotta say.
Centertown.
Okay, yeah, that's all you need to say. Shit. You ain't gotta be like 112 West Oak Avenue and shit like that. But yeah, no, the Arts District, not too far, bro. Like I'm down there usually at noon, 6 days a week, 7 if I can. Great training there. But as far as like martial arts, anything like that, I'm always down. I haven't been in the actual gym at Extreme Couture for like 4 months, 5 months. I think like February. So I'm itching to get back in there, bro. So yeah, if you ever want to train, I'm down.
For sure.
Yeah.
You
Appreciate
got
you,
any
bro.
more questions for me now?
Nah, man, that's it. This time now.
I hope I was informative for you people out there in the YouTube.
Yeah.
But like I know we went on a
YouTube
couple different tangents. But
just a couple tangents, man. I do want to get you back on the pod after we finish filming this movie next month. Next month.
Yeah.
What the fuck is today? The 25th?
something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so a few weeks coming up, finish filming that. And yeah, man, I'll get you back on the pod. I know you're fucking gonna be working and having some shit going crazy in another month or two. So yeah. Stay tuned, people. That sums it up for this episode of Talk Smack with Mac, man. Gary, again, I appreciate you, bro.
Check me out. Gary's in the house.
Gary's in the motherfucking house. Instagram, people.